Hello and welcome to Wednesday evening in the East Hollywood area. We are live streaming yoga on the Zoom platform. I was talking to someone this morning and we were talking about yoga in India. And I sometimes forget to talk about this is because of the popularity of hot yoga, which is supposed to, I'm not, I guess I am downing hot yoga. I'm not trying to. But the popularity of hot yoga, and people say that hot yoga is supposed to imitate the heat of India. But in India, you get up at like 5 in the morning to walk to class, to do class before the sun is even fully up, so that you do it kind of really before it's not that hot. But in the first yoga studio I was in, it was called a shala, which means school. There was a sign on the wall that said no cameras, no water. And so much now we associate yoga with, oh, bring some water. That's because that's what they do in hot yoga, which is not necessarily a traditional style practice, but it's fine. But if you're in an oven, you want to have the water because you're sweating, so much you don't want to get dehydrated during the practice. But in a very traditional Ashtanga Hatha style yoga class, they don't want you to drink water because we're trying to heat the body so that we can stretch it and twist it. And if we're pouring water on that self-generated heat from the sun salutations and the movement, we're cooling the body down again and kind of defeating one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing. And so it's just a conversation I had this morning, and I was telling them about my time with Shishadri, and again, on the wall, it said, no cameras, no water. So I like to say that from time to time. And so if you want water, just a little bit before the class, but not much or barely any, or just wait until you're done. And thank you for coming. We will start from the seated position as we do so often. I'm going to climb on back. Once sitting, we'll gently cross the legs, whatever that means for you. And for me, the foot does go up there and it's still gentle to me. You don't have to mimic that. We're going to sit up really tall with the spine running straight to the crown of the head. Just a little Kundalini movement. We're going to draw a circle on the ceiling as one direction here at first. The core can be a little bit engaged. And we're definitely going to start the breathing here, drawing the breath into the nose, pushing the breath out of the nose. Long and deliberate breathing. The breathing is almost like, well, the breathing is breathing, and it's great oxygen, but it's also almost like a form of meditation, because we're controlling the breath, which is giving our mind something to do. We're feeling the breath in the body, we're hearing it in the nose, and if you're clenching the larynx, which is traditional Ujjayi breathing, you're also hearing the vibration and feeling it in your throat, and it gives us something to focus on rather than, the random thoughts in our head, which are mostly not ours. Opposite direction, please. Continue the breathing. A lot of times we think the thoughts in our head are ours. And that's okay. Keep breathing, keep drawing that circle on the ceiling. But when I was born, I didn't know English. And my thoughts are in English, so it must be learned. And then the thoughts of the collective will jump in sometimes. Very nice. Back to center. We're going to bring that right hand out in front with the fingers pointing down. Drop that shoulder if it came up, and then the left hand is going to grab those fingers and pull back. We're going to stay right here for a couple of breaths. Yes, the core is still engaged. We're breathing deliberately in the nose. If you have a tendency to clench your jaw, you can put the tongue to the roof of the mouth. That should hopefully alleviate some of it. Excellent. Left hand out, we grab those fingers, try to keep that shoulder down. We're going to breathe here. Again, the sound of the breath, core in, feeling the body, the tension of the pose, trying to take our physical gaze inward. Good. We're going to take the right hand and grab the left knee. Left hand can go right behind you, sitting up tall. If you're feeling twisty, you can come around the back, grabbing the pocket, the leg, or the foot if you were in full lotus. But otherwise, right behind your spine. It is early in the practice. And over, please, to the other side. Sitting up tall, and we're turning the spine like squeezing water out of a towel. Good. Back to center. The secret to standing without using your hands is to put your feet out in front of you. I do like the legs crossed for myself, but you can do it with the feet like this. I haven't done it like this in a while. I'm going to try, see if I fail. And then try to put the heart, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to cross the legs, but try to put the heart over the ankles, and then you can come up without the hands. All right, with the feet about the distance of the hips, we're going to swing the arms forward, warming up the shoulder joint, because we're going to use that quite a bit. Core is still engaged. We're breathing in the nose. All right, opposite direction with those circles on the outside. And across the front, switching which hand goes on top. Good, hands on the hips, swing the hips around. Very nice, opposite direction, please. Good, back to center, standing on the left foot. I'm going to come up closer so you can see in case you need to. We're going to lift the right knee, and intertwined fingers are going to hold that knee. And then you can lock the foot if you like, but more importantly, let the leg fall heavily into the hands, pull the core in and up, and the shoulders back and down, crown of the head to the ceiling. So we are standing on one foot and we're holding the legs, but surprise, this is a shoulder pose, at least for me. And the tops of the shoulders and up the sides of the neck. As you pull those shoulders back and down against the heaviness of holding the leg, you get that stretch in there, and I'm even feeling a little upper back thing. Excellent, let's do the other side. Standing on the right, we're gonna lift the left up right here. And again, I'm flexing this foot so that my arch is getting a little opening here. And that heavy leg into the intertwined fingers. Breathing, core in, breathing all the time, and eyeballs open, finding our visual lock, which I'm looking at the camera on the top of my lap. Top. Lots of tops there. All right, let that go and step it out a little bit. And feet together, big toes touching, ankles apart. Thumbs out is super awesome for the shoulders. Palms in is fine and excellent. And we're going to breathe in, reach up and look up. We're going to breathe out and forward fold, bringing the fingers super low. You're going to be on the ground of the shins. We're going to look up, shoulder blades together. And forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up to the ceiling, reaching out and up. Hands in prayer, come down through the heart center, pushing into the earth. We're going to circle back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, again, fingers low. We'll look up, flatten the back, forward fold on the out breath, all the way back up to the sky, hands in prayer, down through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth. Circle back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We're going to look up, flatten the back. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. Push into the earth. We're going to circle back up, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center, pushing into the earth. Circling back up, breath in. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We'll look up, lengthen the back to the eyeballs. Again, forward fold, out breath. All the way back up, here we go. Down through the heart center, we push into the earth. We're going to circle back up, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We're going to look up, flatten the back. And from here, we're stepping top of push-up. We're going to hold here for a little bit, tighten the core, tighten the legs. That's like a clench. They're referred to in yoga as locks. That always makes me hungry for bagels. And when you're ready, we're going to lower down, hover 2 inches on the ground. You can hit up dog, tight legs, and then down dog, pulling up and back. With the feet about 2 fists apart, you can bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down. Step in nice and easy. Great, let's walk our way up to the top of the mat, feet back together, fingers low. We look up, the forward fold, up to the ceiling again, all the way up, hands in prayer to the ceiling, down through the heart center. We push into the earth, we're going to circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, again, fingers low. We're going to look up, flatten the back. We step in, top of push-up again. We lower drop, up dog, tight legs, and down dog. We're going to look at the knees and the navel. If you like, up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath, or you can just stay here looking at knees or navel, breathing in the nose. Good, step hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, the forward fold, all the way back up, reaching out and up, down through the heart center, back up on the in-breath, breathing out, forward folding, fingers low, we look up, flatten the back, step in again, top of push-up, lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And nice, we're going to breathe right here, remembering you can rest anytime you want. Even when resting, I would continue breathing in and out through the nose, focusing on the breath, getting on the inside. All right, step hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, the forward fold. Let's come on all the way up. We're going to intertwine all but the pointing fingers, and we're going to point at the ceiling. I'm going to go back a little bit so it's easier to see. We're going to pull the core in. We're going to look up. And if you want to arch back, lift the heart and keep the arms up, come back to center. We're going to take the feet apart, distance to say the hips. We're going to lean over to your right. And then over to whatever turned out to be the opposite side. Good, and back to center. This is one of my favorites. Push the walls out, push the thoughts out, push the past out, push the future out, even push the present out for a moment if you like. Make space. And then from the hips up, we're going to turn and look to the right. And then over to the other side. And back to center, arms down, and we're going to return the feet together again, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. Thumbs out, again, is totally awesome. Core is in. Let the knees fall together as you sit in chair. Great. Up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. We step in again, top of push-up. We lower drop. Up dog or cobra. And down dog. Warrior one on the right, right foot steps, left foot turns out. We're going to reach the arms up. We're going to push into the back foot, the outside edge of it, and reach the left arm forward from the back as if someone is pushing you from behind that shoulder. I'm going to stay here just for a couple of breaths. Good. Touch the ceiling, and then hands back down, stepping back again with lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And left side stepping, right foot turns out. Back up with the arms. We're going to push into the outside edge of the right foot, reaching the right arm forward from the back. Breathing here. Great. Touch the ceiling. And again, hands back down, step back, lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Very nice. Breathing here, every opportunity to rest. All right, step, hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, Utkatasana. Standing, shoulders back, tight core. Excellent. Let's continue. We sit in chair again. Great. Up, over, forward folding. We look up, step back, top push-up, lower drop, up dog, down dog, warrior one on the right, right foot steps, arms back up, hands in prayer above the head, lengthening up, pulling the core in and up, looking up, lifting the heart. Couple of breaths here. If you want to arch back, you're welcome to. Very nice. Hands down again, stepping back, lower drop, up dog, down dog, and left foot stepping, right foot turns out, back up, hands in prayer above the head, lengthening up, core in and up, looking up. If you want to arch back, lift the heart, like you're putting your heart on the ceiling or the sky. Excellent. Hands down again, stepping back, top push-up with lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And great. We're going to breathe right here. All right, step, hop, top of the mat, toes together. Look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair. And standing, shoulders back, tight core, continuing the breathing in the nose. And let's go again. We sit in chair. Great. Up, over, into the forward fold, fingers low again. We look up, flatten the back. Step in again, top push-up, lower drop, up dog, down dog. Right side, please, warrior two, right foot steps, arms out over the feet, dropping the shoulders, holding the core, knee over the ankle, breathing and looking at the right hand. We're going to turn the right hand so the palm faces the sky and the ceiling. We're going to arch back, barely touching the leg behind us. We're going to look up along the elbow to the ceiling, keep the core engaged. Very nice. Hands back down, step back, lower drop, up dog, down dog, left side, warrior two. Back up, we drop the shoulders, core, we look at the hand in front of us. Left palm faces the ceiling. And we arch it back. Very nice. Hands back down again, stepping back. Lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to breathe here. All right, step jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold. Let's sit in chair with cactus arms, because we're going to twist. So take the right elbow outside of the left leg, hands in prayer, pulling towards the chest, fingers toward the face. You can take a moment and look down at the knees. You want them to be the same. So not one tucked back, both in the same forward space. We're going to breathe here. You're welcome to open the arms if you like. Great. Forward fold like you're resting. Just hang and rest a little. All right. Sit in chair. Cactus arms again. And then left elbow outside of right. Hands in prayer. Check the knees. Fingers towards the face. Big toes together. Ankles apart. Knees the same in the front. And forward fold. We'll take the feet apart, distance of the hips. You grab elbows of prayer. We're going to hang down. You're welcome to bounce. You're welcome to just hang. If you're super flexible and it's uncomfortable to hang, you can touch the ground with your fingers just to stop the forward movement. We're going to stay here a little longer because if you're super flexible, you want to work on strength. So you can hold the body together. Come on up and touch the ceiling. And then on an out breath all the way down, we're going to take the peace fingers under the big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows away from the ears, top of the head down. It's okay if the legs are bent. We're going to breathe here. If the legs go straight, excellent. That's totally cool. And again, all the way up to the ceiling. And again, all the way back down. Hands under feet from the front, toes on the wrist. You can pull up on the feet. It's okay if the legs are bent. It's great if they're straight. We're going to breathe here. All right, let's stand. Arms down at the sides. We're going to return the feet together. We're going to take a couple of breaths right here. As we've been doing lately on the Wednesday, we're going to pivot through the standing series. So we're going to step the left leg back about the distance of one of our legs because we're setting up triangle. Right foot is straight forward, back foot 45 degrees upward. Arms out. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to reach out for triangle, right hand down, left arm up between the panes of glass. You can look at the foot and see that your nose is over the shin. Keep the right hip in. You can look to the ceiling, to the reaching hand, which is running straight up. Let's come all the way up. We'll do our first pivot. Right toes to 45, left toes out the back. We're going to reach out over that left foot and then left hand down, right arm up. We breathe here. And up again. Let's pivot again. Left toes to 45, right toes straight out. We'll shorten the stance a tiny bit, a couple of inches. We're going to reach the left arm forward like we're Supermaning with the one arm so the chest is parallel kind of to the earth. You take a moment here in the stretch. And then Parivrtta Trikonasana is the twist. So you can put the hand on the shin. You could stay with both hands on the shin or right hand up. The back of the left hand can go outside of the leg as we grip the toe down on the mat in the front, lengthen the spine and the breath. Good, back up. We're going to pivot again. Right toes to 45, left toes out. We're going to reach that right arm out. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And the right hand down, left arm up. You can take the back of the hand outside of the leg if you like. If your hand gets to the ground real close to the foot and the legs are straight, and the feet are flat, good, back up. We pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out. We're going to lengthen the stance for a warrior two, knee over the ankle, arms out over the feet. We'll take a few breaths here, maybe more. And when you're ready, extended side angle. We're going to take the center of the right forearm on the leg near the knee and left arm up and over. We're going to breathe here. Those of you that want to can put the right hand on the ground, probably already did, no problem, totally excellent. Keep breathing, keep reaching. Good, back up. We're going to straighten the right leg, turn the right toes to 45, left toes out. We're going to bend the left leg. Warrior two out the back here for a moment. And when you're ready, left forearm on the left leg, out near the knee, center of that forearm, right arm up and over. You could stay here, you could put the left hand down. Good, back up, we straighten this back leg. We're going to turn the left toes to 45, right toes straight out. Warrior two again for a moment. We're going to do our twist. You're welcome to keep the back foot flat or come to the ball of the foot, swinging the left elbow outside of the right leg, hands in prayer pulling towards the chest, fingers in the face. You could put the knee down, be a little bit less, and keep it up. We're going to breathe. So that back foot we're going to put down flat again when we come up and we pivot for the other side. So right toes 45, left toes out, warrior two for a moment. And you can keep the back foot flat or for the either way with the twist, or you can come to the ball of the foot swinging through. Hands in prayer. We breathe here. Great. Back up, we're doing horse. So toes slightly splayed, opening up the knees, push the walls out again. You're welcome to hold the ceiling, which we most often do, but walls out is nice. Core in, breathing, staring straight forward. Great, straight the legs, turn the toes to run straight forward. So If you look at the outside edges of your feet, they should be the same as the outside edges of your mat. And we're going to reach straight up and then straight down. The hands will pretty much automatically fall over the shoulders. That's where they should be. On the line, the big toes is made with the fingertips. And then down with the palms, if you like, head down, elbows back to the legs. We're going to breathe here. Up again, we're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers. And then behind the back, we're going to intertwine fingers, pushing the palms together, core in. We're going to look up. And then we're going to fold down, lifting the arms up off the back, toes as light as possible. Back up, touch the ceiling. And back down, we're going to grab shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers. Pull the elbows away from the ears, top of the head down. Both hands over to the right, nose towards the knee, left shoulder under and through. And then over to the other side, right shoulder under and through. And back to standing. We're going to shorten the stance to about 3 feet apart. Let's take a moment. It's always good to take a moment. We're going to turn the right toes so they're pointing straight out the mat. Left toes about 45 degrees. Shorter stance, 3 feet, 3.5 feet, heel to heel. For pyramid, arms out, behind the back, you grab elbows, reverse prayer. If you're having a tense upper back day, palms together with fingers intertwined. We're going to look up, pull the shoulder blades together. We're going to forward fold and look at the right foot, breathing here. And you could stay here in pyramid, or you could hop onto that right foot for warrior 3. For Ardha Chandrasana, we put the right hand down and the left arm up. And you could switch the hands. And put that foot back. We'll come up. We're going to pivot again. Right toes 45, left toes out, arms out. And then again, behind the back, your choice. We'll do what we did on the other side. And we're going to forward fold again, looking at the left foot. You could stay here, or you could hop on to that left foot for warrior 3 down on the other side. Left hand down, right arm up. and switching the hands. All right, let's stand on top of the mat or wherever you like. We're going to shake it out a bit. We're going to do tree, standing on the left foot. We're going to grab the right ankle, see if you can get that heel way up there. Maybe it locks. If it doesn't lock, put it out in front. Hands to the heart or all the way up. We're going to take several breaths right here. All right, let that down and step it out a little bit. And standing on the right, we lift the left. And hold it there. You can put it out in the front, hands to the heart or all the way up. Breathing here. All right, let that down, step it out. Let's go back to standing on the left. We're going to lift the right knee up and the right hand's going to grab the right knee and the other hand on the hip. You could stay as is. You could also grab the big toe with the peace finger, extend the leg out. And we're going to stand tall, breathing here. Let's open that leg out to the right as we look over the left shoulder. And back to center, show me the bottom of your foot. Woo! Let that down, step it out. And we're going to stand on the right. We lift the left, left on left. If you grab the big toe, you're welcome to do that here. Since I'm not grabbing the big toe, I am flexing the foot, opening up through my arch. I'm going to breathe, core in. Let's open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. And back to center, leg out on its own. Show me the bottom of your foot. Excellent, let that down, step it out. And heels under the hips, toes slightly splayed. We are coming down into our squat. Elbows pushing against the legs, hands in prayer, lengthening up the back. We're going to breathe here a little bit, maybe more than a little bit. Crow headstand are welcome to be dropped in here because we'll be here for a few more breaths if you want that in. All right, hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up to the ceiling, core in through the heart. And then all the way back down, hands in prayer straight forward. And then all the way up again, lifting. And back down, hands straight forward. And up again, lifting, lifting, lifting. Back down. We're going to do one more tonight. And all the way up again, core in. If you want to arch back, you're welcome to. I'm going to come back down. And then hands at the top of the mat. Let's step back, top of push-up again. Tight. We're going to lower down. Up dog. Down dog. And let's hold the right foot up. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Bend that leg, opening up the hip, and then throw that shin top of the mat. Scoot the left leg further back, almost as far as it will go. We lift the heart, hands down, forearms down, head down, and we're going to breathe here. The knee is slightly outside of the ribs. We're lowering down like a lift. The hips might be up, it's okay. All right, hands top of the mat. We're going to step back. You could shake that right leg if you like. Top of push up again, tight. We lower down, up dog, down dog. We're going to hold the left leg up. You can bend that leg if you like. And throw that shin top of the mat. Scoot the right leg back, lift the heart. And again, forearms down, head down. Knee outside the ribs, breathing in the nose, focusing on the breath. All right, hands top of the mat again. One more time, we step back, top push up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Great, let's sit down. And we're gonna stick the left leg out with the right sole against the thigh here. Left hand can grab your toes, the shin. We're gonna breathe in and reach up and look up. We're going to breathe out and fold it all down. And then up again, breathing in. And then back down again. Over and over, out breath on the downward fold. That shoulder is also coming down on the right on the downward fold. There may be some resistance there. Good. Keep breathing. Experience the resistance. Experience the breath. And next time you're up, we're going to stay up looking to the reaching hand. Good, let's do the other side of that. Right leg out, left sole in. So right hand grabs the shin of the toes, and then again, up on the in-breath, and then down on the out-breath, over and over. And next time you're up, we stay up again, looking to the reaching hand. Excellent. Soles of the feet together. I'm gonna pull those feet in real tight, left hand on top of the small toes, right hand on top of that. Sit up tall. We are trying to bring the knees towards the earth, even though mine don't look like they're going there straight away. We're going in that direction. Core in, shoulders back. You can butterfly the legs if you like. Breathing, staring straight forward. That's forward fold, pushing the elbows against the legs, trying to put the heart on the big toes. You take several breaths here. Keep the shoulders pulling back and together. It does restrict the movement. It's okay. It's better than okay. It's good for the body. Great. Back up. Let's extend the legs out in front of us, and you could shake them around a little bit. So we're going to bend the right leg with the right foot flat on the mat. Left arm's going to grab that leg. We're doing our twist. The toes in the front there, straight up to the ceiling. We breathe here with the elbow outside. We look at the wall, sitting up nice and tall. The twist is in the torso, the shoulders, the head goes for the ride. Great, let's do the other side of that right leg out. Left sole in there tight, right arm grabs that leg, hand behind you, sit up tall. Bring the elbow outside if you like, whatever you did on the previous side, which try to copy that. And to center again, both legs bent. We're going to bring the arms under the bent legs and roll back onto the tail. You could stay here. You can let go, locking the shoulders back, looking at the feet, breathing. You can straighten the legs. This is 1 of 5. Lots of options. Cross the legs, grab the shin, sit up really tall. And number 2, back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And number 3, up again. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And number 4, back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Last one, up again, number 5. All right, hug the knees in. We're going to lie back, and for a moment, we're just going to look at the ceiling. If you like, take the forearms and grab the shins and pull them down and bring the nose up towards the knees. Pull them down pretty hard so your hips lift up off the ground a little. Excellent. We're gonna do bridge. If you want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana, please do. For bridge, the feet are 2 fists apart as well as the knees. Longest finger almost touches the heel. We're gonna lift the hips. As we lift the hips, tuck one shoulder then the other, intertwine the fingers and push the arms down. We're gonna breathe here. And back down. Let's again hug the knees into the chest for a moment. And we're going to go, for those of you that like, upside down, starting with plow, kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight, hands on the back, or fingers interlaced with the arms down. We're going to try to take a full 5 breaths here today. If the hands are not on the back, place them there now and lift the feet straight up to the ceiling. Heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, breathing, looking at the feet. We're going to stay here a little longer. You're welcome to let the legs fall out. We haven't done that. We rarely do it. So you're welcome to do it today if you like. Then let's just bring those feet back together. Point the toes to the ceiling for a moment. Good. Bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears, and roll onto your back into dead bug. Knees in the armpits, soles of the feet facing the ceiling and sky. You could rock around, you could stay still. All right, knees into the chest. And we're going to bring the arms out like a T. On the out breath, let the knees fall to the right. As you look to the left, you can put the right hand on top of the legs. You can pull that knee down a bit. And we're going to take a long, nice hold here, breathing. And let's come all the way up and over to the other side. Left hand can hold the knees down, right arm reaches out, and we look to the reaching right hand. Back to center, hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. And we're going to take a 5-minute meditation. You can roll up to a seated position. You're welcome to take it lying down. I'm going to sit on my rolled up mat to cross the legs gently. I'm going to set the timer to. Intertwine fingers, or one hand on top of the other, thumbs together, hands in the lap, shoulders back, core in, chin hanging slightly to the chest, eyes gently closed, becoming aware of the body breathing itself. We're going to stay here about 5 minutes. All right, hands to the heart center. We're gonna rub them together, making a little fire. And then we're gonna reach the arms all the way up into the sky. We're gonna take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're gonna breathe in more through the mouth and even more. We're gonna hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor. We're gonna hold here for a moment and then let everything out. Ah, you're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. It's danieloverberger.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there. And well, let me stop the